Right then, do it again. I don't know how many times I've been around Marham today, but it's good. Look at that crosswind. Look. So we're still on a 26 gusting 36 knots from 300 wind. Weather's brightened up a little bit now as the sun goes down. So heading for 1,000 feet. Sorry, a 1,500 foot pattern here. That's not right, is it? Ah, that was off last time. 1003. Right. So the QNH was, sorry, QFE was off. So it was confusing me a little bit. There you go. Right. Okay. So we just want mid flaps, break off. How much fuel have we got? 400 kilos left. So we're getting a bit low on fuel. But I want to do this. I want to do this nicely. So there we go. Brakes on. Full power. Off we go. Watching that airspeed now. Oh, well on the rudder. So 90 knots. Lift the nose. And 120 airborne. There we go. And flaps up. And gear transit. Gear is up. Flaps are up. If we did take off sideways. Okay, so let's bring the power down to 80 at 85 for this turn. A bit over on the 1500, so we'll just drop in height a little bit. Speed is 250. And we'll get the speed down a bit more in a second when we're on downwind. Getting the altitude sorted out. Passing through 050. Bring it down to 80%. Yeah, 82%. And we want to be heading out on 060. And visually, we want to be heading left of that wind farm, which is South Pickenham, and towards these two other wind turbines, which is Swaffham. So now we're down to 80% and 250 knots. So I'm going to skip in the air brake. I'm really crabbing across the sky at the moment. Use a bit of rudder in that, but basically I'm heading towards those two wind turbines, but the wind is really blowing us across the sky. So there we go, we're down to 200 knots, or 2.5 at the moment. 200 knots will be our configuration speed, so we don't want to be going above that to get our flaps down. So we're at 1,200 feet now. We're going to bring it down to about 1,000 feet. Don't want to be flying over Swaffham. And if I burn a little bit of G, then hopefully we'll bring that airspeed down a little bit more. So 330 is our downwind leg. We have to our left the solar farm and the lake, and that's where we'll be fitting between the two. So reduce the power a little bit more, try and get that speed down. It seems to sit at that 200 knots, but There we go, that's our first stage of flaps and our gear down. Now we're bringing our power a little bit, we want 87%. 87%. And I'm going to give it another drop of the flaps, which will bring our speed down even further. So now we're on full flaps, gear down. And now we'll bring it around to our final. And we can let the aircraft drop a little bit. I used to be trimming all of this, trying to trim, which is, you know, what you do on a single prop plane. But I gave up on that. On all the videos that I've seen of professional pilots and Hawk trainers, nobody's mentioning about trim. It's just holding it there. So going a little bit slow actually. I did actually bring back the throttle by mistake there, so let's bring it back up to 87%. But we're at 130 knots. I'm going to bring in a bit of rudder here as well to try and. So we're a little bit on the slow side, and we're a little bit on the low side. Well, low and slow is not good for finals. So but there you go. Now we're 2 whites, 2 reds. Built up a little bit of speed there, so ooh, it's tricky with that wind. So a little bit fast, a little bit fast. I really wanted 120 over that threshold, but there we go. So cut the engine back and oh. That's it, just hold it there, past those lights that shouldn't be there. Still holding my nose off the ground. There we go. Because I know once that nose hits the ground, then it goes all funny. And kiss the ground. There we go. There, that's nice. I've still got my foot hard on the rudder though. So, because when I press the brake, then it will go skidding across the wrong. There we go. Yeah. It's almost as if suddenly as soon as you press the foot brakes, then they come into force. But there you go. We're down. Considering I was crashing this every time, not so long ago. Happy with that.